Hi everybody, welcome back to the Sage Centaurus channel, or welcome to the Sage Centaurus channel. Today we are doing a love reading. We're going to look at the energy between you and your person, and you guys as individuals, and then the energy between the relationship. And then we're going to pull tarot cards to take a look at where the connection is, where the connection's going, and maybe pull a few more oracles after that to get some advice from Spirit. See if there's anything else out there that we need to know. So if you're new to pick a pile readings, you can go ahead and pause the video, meditate on the piles, see which one you're drawn to the most. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. If you go by crystals, this is flower agate. This is Garnierite or green moonstone, and then this is rainbow moonstone. So take a moment, pick your pile, then go ahead and scroll down to the description where you'll see the timestamps. You can pick your specific pile, and I will meet you in your reading. See you in a minute. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you picked this lovely flower agate, palm stone, and the She-Wolf Tarot. So we'll get into the tarot in a second, but I pulled some oracle cards and a tarot card here to take a look at the energy of you and your person. I didn't specify who, so you know, you can take a listen, take a look, and see, you know, which best fits you or your partner, and decide that way. And then I also have a tarot card here from the Final Rose Tarot to take a look at the energy between you two, and then we'll get into the tarot, take a deeper look at the relationship. So let's get started. So this will be person A. We have the Hermit. So Sanctuary. We have Meaning. Solar Eclipse. And Night. That was my dog, you guys. She's curling up in a little ball and making all kinds of funny noises. Sorry. And then for person B, we have the Stingray, Balance. Forgive. Capricorn. And Inspiration. And the energy is 5 of Flutes, which is 5 of Cups. Sorry, I'm the worst. And that. All right. So let's get into it. And I probably have to cover this up, right? Censorship. Okay, let's get into it though. So again, I didn't specify when I was pulling the cards who is who. I just said person A, person B. So I'll let you decide who is who in this reading. So I'll go ahead and get started with person A right here. So it seems like this person is somebody who is a bit of an introvert, but I feel like deeply spiritual. Like I'm getting like Cancer vibes, Scorpio vibes, Pisces vibes. I'm seeing that this person is connected to the moon, probably more awake or active like in the evening, and super into like spirituality, probably even a bit psychic. This person probably finds signs and meanings in like little things like a butterfly, or you know, like little symbols and things that come up, like seeing the number 222, like angel numbers. But this person is probably really into spirituality, signs, and finding like deeper meanings. Like I'm getting that this person is really, really deep and also perhaps sensitive. But I also get that this person is like really dynamic, like constantly going through like personal revolutions and constantly growing. This person is like deeply connected into spirit and the energies around them. And I feel like this person is more prone to like going with the flow of energy wherever it may push them or blow them. Let's take a deeper look into these cards. And I'm getting that this person might be a little intense too, like deep conversations, kind of talking about maybe the meaning of life, talking about outer space, and kind of not being afraid to like make big sweeping changes if spirit calls them to do so. Like this person, like I said earlier, just kind of goes with the flow. I see that they're kind of like, they have a little bit of a protective shell. I'm getting that with the hermit crab here. And this person might kind of like I said earlier, they're likely more of a sensitive person, both with energy and just in general, like emotionally sensitive. And that's probably why they have that shell, but they probably go within to recharge and refuel their energy to fill back up. They probably like to, watch shows or read books, exploring like energy or 5D or looking just like into different dimensions and just kind of connecting in that way. This person probably also like has a really cool space that they live in, or like their room is really cool. Like they probably take time to decorate it and make it feel like really comfortable, like warm and inviting, cozy, where you can just kind of come in and relax and be yourself. Again, I see this person is likely like more active at night, probably more connected in with the spiritual world, the spiritual realm, maybe even into spirit communication. Sorry, my dog definitely has something to say. Anyway, but this person is deeply connected in, and I just see them as being like really sensitive, really psychic, and probably like an old soul. Let's look at person B. We have the Stingray, Forgive, Capricorn, and Inspiration. So it seems like this person is a little more like rigid, and I don't mean to say that in like a bad way, but they just seem like they have a routine. They maybe, like to do things their own way, whereas this person like kind of flows with spirit a little bit. This person probably like has concrete plans and doesn't like to stray from them. This person, I'm not saying this person is not ambitious, but this person seems really ambitious, like constantly like wanting to build, maybe feeling inspired by things around them. It has the energy of forgive though. So I'm thinking that, and if we look here at the 5 of Cups or 5 of Flutes, sorry, I'm the worst. I'm thinking that person B did something to person A that, makes them want to seek forgiveness. I think that this is the guilty party, if there is a guilty party. In this connection here. But I think that probably this person is like a little bit more direct. This person's more receptive. This person's definitely feels like more directive. This person does still like balance, and I think that that's where these people do like find common ground. But this person is more of like a I feel like a very forceful energy, is definitely more controlled. So these people are kind of like opposites, but they connect in like wanting to find balance and relaxation, I think, at the end of the day. But this person is probably constantly like manifesting, creating, and building and like directing energy outward. So perhaps this person said something that was insensitive, or maybe pushed this person a little bit too hard, or maybe judged this person. We'll get into it and see, you know, what the cards have to say. But this person just looks like very, and they have like these strong boundaries. Like this person has a shell, this person has boundaries, and perhaps that makes like their energy feel, I don't want to keep using the word rigid, but just kind of like more stuck. But boundaries are healthy, right? But if you have too many boundaries, you can't like connect in with people enough or deep enough. So it seems like this person maybe operates more like on the surface level, and like is focused on like day-to-day building and tasks, and you know, what does it take to make sure my life is balanced by way of like directing the energy outward. And this person seeks balance by being receptive, and is like, you know, if things get too crazy, like with the energy going on in the background or in the environment, this person just like retreats to their little sanctuary to find balance by going within. This person goes within to find balance, and I feel like this person goes without to find balance. So interesting dynamic here, which is probably why there was maybe some kind of a disagreement here, and I feel like this person might be at fault. They might have trampled step too far, maybe tried to control this person, maybe judge them a little. But we, again, like I said earlier, we'll get into the cards to see if we can get a little bit more information on that. But that's what the dynamic looks like here. It looks like you guys are not in a good place. Somebody definitely feels guilty, feels like sad, regretful of something that happened, something that they may have did. They may have blew their chance, missed an opportunity with the other person. So that is the energy that I'm picking up here. So let's get into the tarot. I'm just going to slide this over. It might go off camera a little bit, but that is okay. Okay, so let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has to say about this relationship. Spirit, tell us about pile one's relationship between person A and person B. These cards are so big. All right. Spirit, tell us about the relationship between person A and person B for pile one. We had 3 come out. We have 10 of Cups, Page of Swords. This came sideways. It's going to be upright. The Hierophant. Let's give it. Yeah, let's do one more and then bottom of the deck. One more card, Spirit. wants to come out. The Hangman. And the bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. All right, let's get a clarifier on the Ten of Cups. Okay, we got 2 here, 5 of Wands and 7 of Wands. Page of Swords, clarifier on the Page of Swords. Four of Cups. Clarifier on the Hierophant, please. Saturn, that's an exclusive card in this deck. And clarifier on the Hangman, please. King of Wands reversed. And bottom of the deck is the Sun. All right, you guys. Let's get into this. I'm gonna have a sip of water, sorry. Okay. Wow, so opposites attract. In this case, I feel. I think that you guys have strong feelings for one another, which is why we even have a conflict to begin with, that you guys care enough to have a conflict. It looks like somebody didn't say something very nice. I feel like this person is probably really cold and direct. Maybe not cold, but really direct. Sorry, person B I'm referring to. The stingray person, if that helps. And I feel like this person is super stuck in their ways. Like they probably have a lot of shadow work to do, the stingray person. I think that they are, they would benefit greatly from reprogramming and shadow work. I think that they operate on some programming that is outdated, probably family programming that's come in, maybe even religious programming. You know, they're not really living in their authentic energy, whereas I think the Hermit person, person A, is living much more authentically, much more like flowing with the energy within and without, and just kind of living life as an authentic being, whereas this person is just kind of trying to force life to happen according to the programming that has been set by family, society, religion, whatever. You know, things like, and not necessarily saying that this applies to this person, but I'm giving an example of the programming, which would be like, oh, you have to marry wealthy, or you have to, you know, when you graduate high school, you have to go to college, and then you have to work a corporate job. Like those kind of like mentalities about, you know, living and surviving and being like socially acceptable in the world, in culture, in school, in religion. So all of those things can filter in, you know, to our minds, to our subconscious throughout our life, especially as we're little and younger and learning from mom, dad, or any parental figure that you may have. And also learning from like teachers and friends, and just like picking up cues from society around you. You know, you tend to obviously learn that way and grow that way. And then as you get older, you find that those programs no longer fit, they don't feel authentic, they don't bring you authentic joy, and that's when you start to do your shadow work and all that stuff. So anyway, I think that this person is probably person B the stingray is functioning based on a lot of outdated programming that's probably come in, and I'm feeling like family and also religion too. They are maybe more focused on perception of others, how they're perceived by others. And I can definitely see that being frustrating for the hermit person, who's probably like, geez, like, I don't care, like, just do what makes you happy, man, like, do whatever. And then this person's probably like way more controlled and like, well, what would everybody think of that? Like, I would be an outcast. And so this person's just kind of like stuck in, is like giving their own power away to others, to perceptions, to all kinds of things external to self. So that's definitely, I feel like this energy is all coming from person B. But there is like a romantic connection. Like there are feelings for one another. Like you guys intrigue one another. I have a feeling that the hermit person probably tries to heal the stingray sometimes. And the stingray probably doesn't budge at all. And that might be hurtful to the to the hermit person. Because I have a feeling, I'm just getting like this like Cancerian like energy vibe. And like, I'm a Cancer moon, and like, I'm guilty of like wanting to heal everybody. And so I know how that feels. But I just feel like there is like this like really strong like emotional connection between the two of them. It's just hard to see eye to eye because the programming is getting in the way of the connection. And I feel like the connection is at a standstill. It's, you guys have trouble communicating, perhaps. This person, the stingray, is too like direct or too almost operating like too surface level, like not getting super deep. Like obviously maybe interested in talking a lot about a lot of different topics and whatnot, but not really exploring anything to like the depth that the hermit person A, enjoys exploring things at. So I feel like there's just a few, and there's quite a few disconnects between these two people, which has probably led to these hurt feelings. So let's keep looking. Oh, boundaries and conflicting energy for sure. You guys probably are not talking now, and if you are, it's like it quickly rolls into maybe like a silly little argument. Like you guys just aren't seeing eye to eye right now. I definitely feel that, and I'm so sorry. The energy feels like staticky, like frazzled, like on edge, and it's like very either one of you are like easily offended by the other right now, for like things that are just like almost like silly, and things that maybe you shouldn't even be like thinking twice about, and perhaps maybe unintentional things, that maybe person A or person B is not intending to be offensive, but the other person is taking offense, and it's just keeping like this like frazzled argumentative energy brewing, and stirring it up. And also too, there might be some like internal conflict within the two of you as well. It's like, I like this person, but they're so different from me. Like, how do I navigate that? And it's like a frustration that I'm feeling here for sure. And it's like, I feel like there's like this wantingness to like find a solution and move on, like into like a more emotional space where you guys can like connect. But it's like all the attempts like aren't there, like they don't take you there, they're not strong enough attempts, or it's like any offer for like resolution or like like a peace offering is like quickly rejected, because maybe you guys are just stuck in this like Five of Wands, like combative, argumentative energy. So it's really hard right now to find resolution, because I feel like the energy is kind of like, I'm getting boundaries here with Saturn for sure. There's like boundaries up. Seven of Wands is screaming boundaries at me. So it's like, I feel like we need to take a breath and ground, and just like relax and calm down, and like maybe start to assess, you know, the positives and negatives of having one another in your lives, because there are some boundaries up right now. Even it's like so painful to see that, because it's like so many beautiful, loving, lovely, gorgeous, romantic feelings, like emotional completion and like going the distance, like emotionally with this person. Like there is like something that you guys do connect on, and it's like maybe just like a very passionate, maybe you guys have like Venus and Mars conjunct or something, or like Moon and Mars conjunct, or trine, in your astrology and your synastry, which is my favorite topic, by the way. Anyway, but it just looks like you guys are drawn to each other in a romantic sense, but it's like, and the practical side of things, it's like really hard to like fit you two together. And I feel like it's like maddening. It's like, ugh, like why do I freaking like this person? It's like, you know, because you guys just are so different, wired so differently. You're on very different programs. And let's see, we have the Hanged Man. Yeah, the energy is like stuck right now. And I think that there is like this, I think that person B, the Stingray, has like lost confidence in a way, to where they maybe feel so guilty about what happened. And I don't know what happened, but it seems like something like either like a series of things that were like annoying and bad, or it's like something really bad, like a bad argument or something. But this person's like had a loss of confidence, and they don't know how to direct the energy to make things better here. I feel like every attempt this person has made towards person A, the Hermit, is like met with nope, wrong answer. And this person's like, I don't know what to do. They're probably like stuck, and I feel like they're trying, which is good to see. I think they're trying to see things from a new perspective, to make things right with the Hermit person, maybe to better understand the Hermit person, which gives me hope for the Stingray person, person B, because it looks like they're open to reprogramming by looking, kind of like under, like seeing things from a different perspective, maybe trying to see things from the Hermit's perspective to find a way forward. Like, you know, trying to get into the Hermit's energy to figure out how to make the Hermit come around, and you know, come back to the table and talk it out. And then I see the Queen of Wands here and the Sun. So it makes me think that this person's work, the work that they're doing now, person B, I feel like that's person B, the Stingray, I feel like the work that they're doing now is going to pay off. They may have some kind of like epiphany, or realization that is going to bring warmth and confidence back into their approach in the relationship. And I feel like things are going to be repaired. Like I almost feel like the Hermit person may feel like the Stingray person is starting to understand them, and they may feel like a warm, bright light like shining on the connection, like, oh, look at you. You figured it out. And I just see this like warmth in this energy here, confidence re-entering the conversation, and you know, perhaps like focusing on, you know what, I think this person is starting to, obviously is starting to maybe do some reprogramming or shadow work, which is being prompted and inspired by the hermit person. You know, they're seeing like, I think that the balance person, the stingray person, person B, is inspired by the hermit, and I think that the stingray person probably wants to break out of these like controlling like family programs, society programs, religious programs that they're operating within, because maybe they're starting to see that I think that they're seeing that, like, oh, I have this awesome connection with this person that's maddening because they don't really fit into my programs that I've been programmed with. So why am I still so attracted to them? And it's like, I feel like that's inspiring the stingray person to start to go within and start to look at, you know, what am I doing? Am I living authentically? You know, they're starting to kind of like peel away the layers to get underneath, to take a look at what is motivating this connection, because I feel like this connection is definitely here for a reason. The hermit person, maybe you are healing the stingray person by way of this connection and showing them through this dynamic that's currently being experienced that they need to get away from this restrictive programming and these boundaries that are like literally keeping you two apart. And it's like for the silliest reasons. It's like for the reasons of like these programs and these boundaries. It's like, why? Who cares? Get rid of them. But when they're so deeply ingrained in us, it can kind of feel like scary, like you're going away from, you know, things that you've learned to live with to survive and to be successful in life. So this person's definitely like starting to sniff around under the hood. I don't know why I just said that. Maybe they're a car person. But they are motivated by this connection. It's very strong, and they're like starting to do the work and starting to figure out, you know, how they need to move and change in order to flow with the hermit. And I see them starting to look within to find out what lights them up from inside. You know, what lights up their true, authentic passions. And I think that finding that and starting to connect with that energy, just even having that thought to begin with is powerful, right? Because that spurs the curiosity. And with this inspiration card here, for sure this person is inspired by the hermit. Just had to mention that. Just like came out of left field there, but just want to make sure I said that. Anyway, but I think that just even having that thought is huge for this person, because it's gonna pique their curiosity and they're gonna be like, wait a minute, there's a whole world inside here that I have on lockdown that, you know, I'm not letting free. And, you know, they're seeing, like, I feel like they get a lot of happiness from their connection with the hermit person. And, you know, I think that they're going to really start, like I said earlier, connecting in with that energy of what lights them up from inside. And they're even going to come back into alignment with their highest good. And I see a lot of growth here with this person. And through that healing, they, I think that this person is going to be coming back into alignment with the hermit person, and maybe the hermit person will come around at that point. So I feel like my candle is about to go out. So I will pull a few advice cards, or just let's get a little bit of advice first, or just see what Spirit has to say about where we're going next. All right, Spirit, what do we need to know in this connection? I got 3. Bottom of the deck. Ooh, anger. Yeah, you guys are not in a good place right now. Nourishment, philanthropy. Nourishment, philanthropy, and the collector. Sorry, environment. And so philanthropy is the spirit. So this looks like advice for you, or for the hermit person. And honestly, I think right now, just do what you're doing. Take care of yourself. Well, this goes for both people. I mean, take care of yourself. Pay attention to your environment. This person's definitely cleaning house a little bit and is kind of stuck under some layers of stuff that they need to work out and clean out. And I think that the hermit person needs to maybe take another look as the hangman and see, you know, let's give the stingray person a chance. Maybe they are starting to change their perspective on things and understand that there might be some, you know, subconscious programming at play that is misdirecting them, and kind of screwing up the connection here. And I think that both of you need to focus on physical nourishment, taking care of yourself. There is like a lot of energy being worked through right now. So the body needs support. So I think Spirit is asking you guys to make sure that you stay nourished physically and mentally. And then philanthropy, the spirit. So I think that this is kind of saying, you know, give each other a chance, be generous, as much as you can. I know that there's boundaries up, and I know that the energies, I feel like the energy is kind of like pulled back real tight around one another and it separately, and you're just kind of like, I'm not giving this person my energy at all. Or at least maybe that's the hermit person. They're like tight in their shell. And I think that maybe coming out of the shell a little bit, and at least enough to see the work that this other person is doing, the stingray person, will pay off and will make you feel a little bit better. And maybe perhaps you can step in from time to time to talk to this person about their journey and help them work through that shadow work. Because I feel like you, hermit person, if you are the hermit person, you have been there and you have done that when it comes to shadow work, or maybe you're just, you just have experience there. It's never, the work's never done, obviously. But I definitely feel like that is something that you can advise on. Let's see what else we've got here. Some general advice. I have these little tiny cards. You'll see them in a second. All right. Any other advice here, Spirit? So we have rose, chamomile. Oh, I love it. And angelica. Oh my God, I love this. You guys, this speaks to spiritual. Well, yes, spiritual, but also physical nourishment for sure. So I definitely would advise, if you don't have any, get some rose water. You can make some too with some like rose essential oil. I would use Rose Absolute if you can. And some chamomile tea, or get some chamomile, some dried chamomile flowers. They smell so good. And put them in a bath. And Angelica, I've never worked with Angelica, but it's screaming out temperance. So, you know, you could take some, oh, I've never worked with it. So actually I'm not going to advise on how to use it. But it just looks like Spirit is calling out to say, okay, right now, let's just focus on healing. You both need to heal, and person B, the stingray, needs to definitely heal at a spiritual level for sure. They have a lot of work to do, a lot of work on their plate spiritually. So I think that, like, this is giving me very like Four of Swords energy, to where you're just like quiet and taking care of yourself. Patience, harmony, temperance, and pleasure. Just do what makes you happy right now. We need to get to a better place to kind of calm down the frayed nerves and work through the anger. And I think that we'll get there by bringing the energy back into self and less focus on the other, and fill up your cup, A, and then take the time that you need to physically, mentally, spiritually heal, because I feel like this is an intense connection. And it might even feel toxic just because of this programming and the intensity of the connection. It's like, oh, I have so many strong feelings for you, but like there's like this, and I don't want to say it's toxic behavior, but it might feel toxic. It's just behavior that creates boundaries where none need to be. They're not authentic. So I think the message here is to just bring the energy back to self, focus on self-love, focus on calming the energy in this connection so that you can open up room for healing within one another separately and to heal this relationship. I feel like doing that too is going to help this person create room for going within self as well. I mean, person B, the stingray. Because they do have a lot of work to do. And I just wanted to, because I'm just so curious, to get another card to see maybe what might happen next after we have some clarity with the sun. Where might this connection go? So sorry guys, the video cut out there. I ran out of battery. But what came out, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. So what it looks like is that this is, I'm getting a few things off of these cards. So this is a situation that requires patience. And I see that it's going to be hard. Like, this is conflicting energy here, right? Because this is like patience and this is like, let's get the show on the road. So there's a bit of conflicting energy here, but requires patience, but there is the potential for something really solid here. But we need patience, and I think that that's patience as we continue to learn about one another, and as this person continues to work through some reprogramming, some shadow work that needs to be done. And it looks like, again, that they've started doing that. And I do see that there's a lot of passion here in this relationship, and that is what is drawing you two together. So there's a potential for, you know, investing and growing some deep roots in this relationship that could yield some like really beautiful, solid results in the future, but patience is required. And I do see a lot of passion and fire in this relationship as well, which is probably why you guys are so attracted to each other in the first place. So that is what I have for you, pile one. I hope this was helpful. If this reading I can't talk. If this reading resonated, please, I would love it if you hit the like button, and if you feel called to leave some feedback, that would be great. Some feedback in the comments. And if you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. And then I will hopefully put up another video later on next week. So hope you guys have a great night, day, whatever it is there where you are watching this. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hi Pile 2! Welcome to your reading. So we're going to take a look at what's going on in this connection with you and your person. So you guys picked the Garnierite Palmstone. A lovely little shimmery green palmstone. It's also known as green moonstone. It's a feldspar. And the 8th house tarot. So welcome. So I have some oracle cards here and a tarot card. So the tarot card will describe the relation, the dynamic between you two right now, or the energy between you two. And then I have the oracle cards here to take a look at the energies of each of you. So I didn't really say when I was pulling the cards, you know, this is our the person watching the reading, and then this is their person. I just said person A, person B. So I will let you assign the two different sets of cards to whomever makes sense for you in your relationship. So with that being said, let's get started. So for person A, we have the narwhal, depth. We also have wildness, share, and a black moon Lilith. Okay, for person B, we have authority, the ibex. Am I saying that correctly? I don't know. Unfamiliar territory, sextile, and amulet. And then you guys got two cards here from the Final Rose Tarot, two tarot cards. So we have the 9 of Roses, which is the 9 of Wands. The card reads meeting parents. And then we also have 7 of Roses, 7 of Wands, and drama. So it looks like you guys are actually in a relationship right now. Or that's the energy I'm getting from this. So let's see. Okay, so person A, I am getting like, some Sagittarius vibes. Like that came to mind when I saw wildness. I'm a Sagittarius, so I can say that. But you know, Sagittarius has that wild energy. But also too, I see like depth here. So this is the narwhal is making me think of Pisces. You know, like this is a fictional creature, and Pisces is definitely a very dreamy sign, and you know, operates in the subconscious a lot, and plus depth, obviously that's very Pisces. So I'm getting like some Pisces, some Sagittarius vibes, you know, some wisdom here in this person A. Also too, somebody that kind of has done their shadow work a little bit and has evolved spiritually. Somebody who kind of is not afraid to let their bad side out. And I don't want to say bad side in a bad way, but like is not afraid to just like be who they are and like be unapologetic about it. Somebody who is definitely more authentic, or living in their authentic energy on a day-to-day basis. Also too, with that wildness card, wildness and Black Moon Lilith go together very well. Black Moon Lilith can also have a little bit of a sensual energy to it, or downright sexy energy to it. So definitely gives me some water vibes there. So Pisces, Scorpio for sure, as well as Cancer. So I'm getting some, you know, water and some fire vibes definitely from this pile. And fire would be Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. And I also get that this person loves to like connect with others. Perhaps they are an energy healer or an energy worker. Perhaps they are a shaman, or do like shamanic work, or maybe they're into like doing ritual work or witchcraft. But this person is definitely connected in to the energy within and without. Like this person flows with energy. This is very actually similar to the energy that was in pile 1, but also feels different. But the two people definitely do feel spiritual. So this person is connected in, maybe a little bit more wild, and more active. And definitely, like, I would say this person is, if you're looking for a balance between introversion and extroversion, this person's probably like a little bit of both. So I think that they have a healthy balance between introversion and extroversion, whereas in like pile 1, I think that that person was more introverted, or enjoyed alone time a little bit more than this person. Anyway, so, but this person, person A, the narwhal, looks like somebody who's very deep, connected in, spiritually connected, likes to, I think, communicate with others. Maybe family or close friends are important to this person. And they definitely, I think, like to talk. They probably do enjoy the energy of others around them, the give and take, the exchange. They probably also like to, maybe they like to give gifts, or do like special things for people, like out of the blue without them asking. That it's not going to be for everybody. That would be for some of you. But yeah, this person just looks like, actually would be like a really interesting friend to have, at least for me. But you know, there is like this, and I'm not reading it like directly from the card, but I'm just getting the energy of like this wildness to the person. Like they are raw, they are themselves, like unapologetically, and it's like, I think that that's like really attractive about this person too. Like people love that about them, and it draws people to them. And they can also talk about anything under the sun, I think. So maybe a moon in Gemini somewhere, I don't know. But it looks like this person has like depth, like some depth, so they can talk about, you know, deeper spiritual things, the meaning of life, you know, the cosmos, you know, some shadow work. They can talk about magical work, and they can just also talk about like more mundane things. Like this person, I feel like never is short of anything to say, and I feel like they connect with all kinds of people too. Like they don't just have like one like friend type or like a friend group. Like I feel like they connect in probably with almost anybody that they meet. So that is what I am getting from person A. And then person B, I'm seeing this person as like a little bit more controlled, like not as out there as this person. So like person B, the Ebex, oh my gosh, if I'm saying that wrong, please don't. Okay, you can laugh at me, that's fine. But this person probably likes to have a little bit more control. They might be a little bit more like superstitious, but I definitely think that they're into like energy and energy work and looking at signs and stuff like that. And I think that this person is actually going through a major change right now. You know, and I think it has to do with like a spiritual glow up or like a level up. They are, I think they're trying to get a better understanding of like the meaning of life. Perhaps they had like an experience that kind of shifted their perception a little bit. But I feel like this person's much more deep into that work than this person is, but this person is either getting started or, you know, is like in like the first few stages of spiritual development, spiritual work. And with this sextile, like this keeps coming to mind, and please don't take it in a bad way, but people pleaser, people pleasing energy I get from this person, like wanting things to be like friendly and like an easy flow. So this person might not, you know, be as wild or outspoken as, outspoken as person A, the narwhal. They're a little bit more timid, and don't really like to disturb the energy or rock the boat as much. And maybe that's because they do feel like unfamiliar, they're in unfamiliar territory at the moment. Maybe they're trying to gain their sea legs on something and try to build their understanding and build their knowledge related to something that they're going through in order to have like more control, more authority, or just to feel like more comfortable in their current situation. So I just feel like they're not trying to rock the boat or make any waves at the moment. They're just a little bit more of a timid, it has more of a timid energy here with this person. But I definitely do think that these two connect like in spiritual interests. The unfamiliar territory and the wildness do fit together well. Like this person's like down for anything, and this person is open. I wouldn't say as like down and wild, you know, to like go do some crazy stuff, but they're definitely open, and they're opening up right now. I feel like they're like opening up, and this person I think is the catalyst for that, and they're helping this person open up. So the energy between you two, we have the 9 of Roses, which is the 9 of Wands, and the 7 of Roses, which is the 7 of Wands. So I think that you two are, you have a relationship, and I think that it is honestly, I know this says meeting the parents. So that for some people can be like a really serious phase in a relationship for other people. And I think for this person, it's like, oh, whatever, who cares? But I think maybe that's more serious for this person. So maybe perhaps there is like, you guys are at like a turning point in your relationship where it is going from something like more surface level and like, you know, flirting and kind of courtship to something that is a little bit deeper, and you know, you're leveling the relationship up. And I think that it's I think that this person is, I get like this energy of resistance from this person, and it's not like they're resistant to this person. They are going through a lot of changes as a result of, you know, resonating with this person. I think it's a good way, it's spiritual growth, but for them it feels maybe a little bit turbulent, and they're kind of like, what's going on? Like, let me get my sea legs, let me figure out what's going on, let me get my balance. And so I think that there might be this, maybe person A feels hesitation from person B in taking the relationship to the next level, but it looks like they're like person B is kind of like dragging their feet a little bit, and maybe it's because they're just lost in so many other things that are going on in their own like mind and spirit and immediate environment that they're just trying to learn about. And they're not, I don't think they're being like super direct with this person, like, hey, I need a minute. And I feel like the person A might feel like person B has been like avoiding them or dragging their feet. They maybe feel like person B is putting up a wall or some boundaries. And I don't think it's like in a bad way, but I think that it is just like this person is literally like trying to grab onto anything familiar and start to build an understanding of what's going on. And I think that this person is opening up faster than they can process, and they're trying to like slow it down in any way they can so that they can get, you know, comfortable and familiar with what's going on. I don't think that they want this relationship to stop. I just think that they maybe need it to slow down a little bit, just to like, take a breath and like assimilate and get comfortable. So that is what I'm getting right away in the beginning for this energy. So let's move this over. I know we're going to go off camera a little bit. That's okay. And let's start pulling some tarot to take a look at this relationship a little bit more. Can we have the 8th house tarot? Let's go ahead and shuffle. Okay. I'm like feeling awkward. I'm like, should I be talking? Should I be saying something? It's like an awkward silence. So I'll just talk about the awkward silence. How's that? All right, Spirit, please show me what's going on in this relationship between the Narwhal and the Ibex. Spirit, please show me what's going on in this relationship between the Narwhal and the Ibex, person A, person B. So we have 2 cards here. Look at that. We've got the 8 of Wands in reverse and the 6 of Swords in reverse. Oh, it's too many. We've got the 2 of Cups in reverse. That's too many, but let's take this. And then the bottom of the deck is the Moon. Sorry, the High Priestess. You can see my confusion. It's the High Priestess. Okay. Spirit, can we get a clarifier on the 8 of Wands in reverse, please? Like this. Okay, come on. Let's take that as upright. So we have the 8 of Cups and then the King of Swords, both upright. The Page of Pentacles upright. One more, Spirit. Clarifier for the Wheel of Fortune. Ooh. And then the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups. So Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups. Well, that's good to see. Okay, so yeah, I definitely feel like the energy in this relationship is like moving slower than you want it to. And it might feel like somebody is thinking about walking away from the relationship. I wouldn't worry about it though. It feels like maybe the energy was really overwhelming and it was maybe the relationship was moving too fast and like it's kind of slowed down a bit. because of person B, I feel like mostly. And I think that they just need a little bit time to process what's going on. I don't think they want to walk away, but I feel like maybe some distance was created, and it might feel like that because things have slowed down, this person might want to walk away. Six of Swords, King of Swords. So yeah, I don't think that anybody is moving on from the relationship, especially with the Six of Swords reversed. Like, we're not moving on, we're not moving away, we're staying in and we're gonna work it out. That's the energy here, and I feel like the energy of the relationship is actually in the process of maturing, which is good, because it's like maybe it was like this really hot, like passionate, like thing that was going on, and things are moving really quickly, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, let's slow it down, let's get our bearings, and let's like really make this like a stable type of relationship. The King of Wands is the King of Swords is very logical, and he is very direct with his words, and he is very careful and thinks things out, down to the detail, and is very kind of grounded in his decisions and moving forward, like a very stoic, like mature type of energy. And I think that that's what is happening or needs to happen in order to kind of get you guys like on the right track. I don't think anybody wants to walk away from the relationship. I get the energy here like that the parties are like, let's stick it out. Let's see what we can do to kind of fix things. Maybe you guys are going to talk it out, have more of a serious conversation coming up. I think that person B needs to work on being a little bit more direct. And they need to be more confident in what they have to say, and like not worry about upsetting anybody else, or not worry about creating drama. Just say what you gotta say, man. And but I definitely think that it's like, okay, let's get our heads screwed on here and let's figure this out. That's definitely the energy I'm getting from those cards there. And then with the Two of Cups reversed with the Page of Earth upright, it looks like maybe you guys are feeling like, again, I think this is further attesting to feeling like, okay, maybe that spark is gone for one person, and it's just like a not an even exchange. I feel like person A, the narwhal, is maybe like, what is going on, man? Like, your energy was like really hot and heavy, and then all of a sudden it's like blown out. Like, what's going on? And I think that person B just needs a moment to kind of catch up. But I wouldn't worry about that. It just looks like right now, like things, like you're not on the same page. You guys need to talk it out. And I see here too, there is the desire to plant a fresh seed and start fresh between the two of you. Something that can actually have like really solid roots for the long term. It is a longer game. But it's going to be more stable and structured instead of this like hot and heavy fire shooting out that can fizzle out quickly. This is like, okay, let's really plant, a seed of intention here to kind of move forward, fully present and intentionally in this relationship to kind of get this right side up. There is a desire to get that energy back on track there. And I definitely do think that you guys are going to talk it out. I see it here with the King of Swords, and I see it here with the Ace of Swords. It's like, let's call it out. Let's talk about what is going on so that we can get some change going on here. I feel like maybe you guys aren't talking about things as often as you could or should be. And somebody's not like expressing their feelings fully, and somebody is not saying I need more time if they need more time. Somebody is not saying I feel ignored if they feel ignored. Like, just get it out on the table. I see this as like a fresh start in the conversation arena. Like, let's bring some fresh air into the relationship to get things moving in a better direction. So you guys both, I think, want this relationship to work out and improve. And I see that here with the desire to have fresh conversations, plant fresh seeds to get the energy and movement again. And I do see the High Priestess here, as well as the Ace of Cups. So the romance isn't dead. The spark isn't dead, you guys. Look at all these. You have three. Oh, sorry. I was calling this the Ace. This is the Page. So I think that anyway, it's like a very similar energy, starting fresh, planting the seed, because with the Page, you know, that's going on in a new direction with some naivete there. But there is that desire to kind of grow and build and plant seeds. It's the same kind of vibe there. So I see that as like wanting to take a fresh look at things again. My interpretation doesn't change there. But look at these. You have the two aces. So like, let's start fresh. Let's have a fresh conversation and talk about our feelings. I think that we're going to be talking about our feelings coming up to move this in a new direction. And I think that you guys are going to start to have like a better understanding of each other and like how your energy comes together, and like maybe like intuitively start to connect with the other person to kind of get an idea of where their head might be at, where their emotions might be at. You know, the High Priestess is very observant. She's silent. She thinks about things very carefully. She observes subtle differences, subtle changes. She's very psychic, very connected in. So I think that the energy here is going to change after an upcoming conversation where you guys both talk about your willingness to kind of get this right side up and get things moving again, talking about feelings and maybe feeling like more secure in the relationship, because I think your intuition and your understanding of one another is going to become stronger. Like you're like person A might, for example, you know, person B might tell person A, hey, I really, really like you and I like where this is going. I just like, I feel like maybe things are going really fast and, you know, I'm going through some ish on my end, like, you know, and I just see you like opening up about that. Maybe this person like feels like they don't want to burden this person with that. And I see that too with the sextile. And person A is going to be like, wait. I've been through this, like, let's talk it out. I can give you some advice on how to do some spiritual work as well. So I feel like a fresh understanding is going to come through with this person, with each other. And you guys are going to have this like renewed sense of connection, and you're going to feel more calm and you're going to have a better understanding of one another and, you know, kind of where you stand in this relationship. And like that intuitive connection too. So it's like you don't always need like somebody communicating verbally, you know, how they feel, what's going on, what's up. You're gonna say, oh gosh, this person showed me exactly what's going on in their, you know, their head and in their like emotional space. They talked about their feelings. Let me give them a break. And, you know, now I can see and maybe better relate and understand to this person on an emotional level. And it's like getting that clarity and that understanding to be like, oh, okay, you know, this person needs space and I'm totally good with that. So I just see you guys getting a better connection there. So let's pull some oracle cards here to see if there's any advice from Spirit regarding this. Let me shuffle a little bit. I definitely think you guys are going to have a newfound like understanding of the relationship, plant new seeds, and like make a fresh investment here though to learn about each other a little bit more for sure with that Page of Earth. There's going to be like an investment towards making this like a more stable relationship. Okay, so Spirit, any advice for pile 2? Employment, the sister. She looks like a Girl Scout or like a warrior. housing, the Recluse reversed. And one more spirit, some advice for pile 2. There we go. Communication reversed. Okay. Well, isn't that the opposite of what I was just saying? So let me take a look. Let me get a clarifier on communication reversed. Okay. Patterns. I have limitations here at the bottom. So what I think here is that, you know, these people both have like a lot of things on their mind. They're not only related to this relationship, but it's also related to like their day-to-day, their job. I think this person is going through a major change. Perhaps it is a job change, and also like a spiritual level up. But I see that Spirit is advising like you guys need to come out of your shell, or one person really needs to come out of their shell here, and to have patience for that though. Like, you know, as this one person or both people are coming out of their shell, like, let's be patient. Let's, you know, find something to do with our time. Don't worry about the other person. Like, don't like all of a sudden like conclude that they want to walk away. Just give them a chance to just kind of like get their ish figured out and come back to the table. But somebody needs to come out of their shell, or is working on coming out of their shell right now. And I think communication is actually going to change. So I think that this is advising that communication is not so good at the moment. And what needs to happen is you guys need to like connect in on more of like an emotional level and pick up like patterns and understand like the other's love language, or, you know, how they respond to certain things, so that you don't, so maybe like person A or person B, I feel like this is more for person A though. The message is like, don't worry about how, you know, if this person feels like they're backing away, maybe it's just because they're overwhelmed, and just learn to like see the pattern. Like, oh, if I push too hard here, this person will back off and maybe they don't like it. Because I feel like person B is, it's hard for them to talk about how they feel. They don't want to upset anybody else. So they just kind of maybe back off into a shell a little bit. And I wouldn't take offense to it. It's nothing to do with you. It's just how that person deals with things. So like notice the patterns and behavior, and that I think will help improve the communication situation. You know, you have to learn a little. I feel like there's an element of learning more about the other person. And I think that that has to do with this like level up in the relationship too. Like you guys are taking it from something more surface level to something a little bit more deep. And that I think is a big step here for person B. And they perhaps were very hurt in the past, or maybe they're just not, maybe they've been out of the market for a long time and they're like learning how to date or have a relationship again, or just be open to other people. Maybe they've just never been open to other people. Maybe they've been more shy. But this person communicates through like behavior patterns probably best, because they're not going to be so open and upfront, you know, verbally, or at least as verbally as person A. So I feel like in order to improve the communication situation here, for at least to bring person A comfort, is to kind of just sit down and observe patterns in person B. And person B might even open up about those patterns, like say, you know, oh, when you do this, it makes me feel a little overwhelmed, you know, no offense, but you know, I need a little space here, and just be open to that. Be open to that. So I see you guys kind of working on communication and talking about things that have come up that may be confusing one another so that you can get some clarity there. Oh, let's see if there's any other remaining messages here from Spirit. I'm gonna get these little herbal cards, the Materia Medica deck, these little BBs. Okay. Spirit, any last words of advice here for pile 2? Blue vervain, burning at both ends. Definitely get that from the 8 of Wands energy. Ooh, too many, but I'm going to take that one. And let's take marshmallow. Horsetail, grit, and ancestors, and then non-attachment. Let's just get one more. I'm feeling called to get one more for you guys. Passion flower, letting go, non-attachment. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, so the reason that the energy kind of like feels like maybe it's pulled back a little bit is because, you know, things were a little hot and heavy at first, and maybe too much in the beginning. So we need to like slow down and take a breath and learn a little bit more about each other. This reading is telling me that you guys have a lot more to learn about each other and how your communication styles, nonverbal communication styles, you know, how somebody relates to the world emotionally, how they relate to the world physically, spiritually, and how they communicate all of that to the people around them, to the energies around them. So I feel like in order to kind of get your stability back in this connection is to kind of be in a non-attachment. Like, stop worrying about this person maybe like walking away or thinking about walking away. I don't think that that is the case here, because it looks like there's like this desire and willingness to improve things and to talk about things and to start fresh and to put some fresh investment into this relationship. So, but I think that we need to like switch up the strategy, and not that you need to be strategic about how you go about a relationship. You should just flow into it. But I think that we can kind of rework the energy here so that it is a little bit healthier, and so that this can develop like with a more stable energy basis. So I think that this is telling us to have patience, to kind of work hard to change your perspective a little bit on this. I think that there is definitely attraction here, which is why that we have this 8 of Wands even to begin with. Like, it's like, ooh, let's go, let's get this going, I'm so attracted to you. And it's like, but that can burn out really quickly, right? Like, let's ground the energy a little bit and just kind of put in some work, like, to understand what's going on with the other person. Like, don't jump to conclusions and take offense. I'm not saying that that's what you're doing, but, you know, if you feel the urge to do that, remind yourself, like, I'm still learning about this person. I can't assume, you know, one thing or the other until they tell me or until you learn much more about them. So I think that you need to, like, thicken the skin a little bit, you know, and just like try to have put some energy towards like investing in obtaining a new perspective with this person. Like, try to have more patience, try to slow down the energy a little bit, give it some roots, give it some grounding. And I think that you can do that through non-attachment and like letting go of, you know, everything, like all the misunderstandings and desire to kind of push this forward at like a really fast speed. Just let go of that, let it flow. I'm like, holding my breath as I'm giving this reading, and I'm like, just realized I'm like, I really need to exhale and also take a deep breath. So I think that Spirit is also telling me to tell you that. So I think we could take a breath. Don't worry. Just focus on fresh investment. Let things flow. The communication will flow. You will get a better understanding of one another. And I think that person B needs to work on coming forward a little bit and coming out of the shell a little bit. And then person A needs to have more patience with person B in regard to that aspect. So I am going to leave your reading here, you guys. I would love if you would share some comments. Let me know what's going on, some feedback. If you like this reading, please make sure you hit the like button. That would be really huge for me. I'm trying to grow my channel. I'm going to be doing this full time starting in a couple weeks. So I will be here all the time from that point on. And so I would really love to keep doing this for you guys. I've been doing this for over 10 years. So this is definitely a passion of mine, and I'm very excited about it. So if you like the reading, please hit the like button. Please consider hitting subscribe. Also, I do offer private readings, and all the information is below in the description. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening or day or whatever it is, wherever you are watching this, and I will see you next time. Bye, Pile 2. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You picked the Moonstone Palm Stone here and the Holly Simple Tarot, which is so adorable. I love it, love it, love it. But before we get into the tarot, also too, let me just briefly mention the topic again. We are looking at what's going on in your connection. So before we get into the tarot on that, I have pulled cards for person A and person B in this relationship or in this connection, and you know, to kind of see what resonates. And then, you know, I didn't specify which one would be you or the other person. You know, I'll let you kind of figure that out as the energies unfold and reveal themselves. So with that being said, let's get started. So person A, we have the chameleon, adaptability. We have death. We have compassion and grand trine. Try to avoid the glare there. Okay, for person B, we have the vulture, adversity, storm, empathy, and Cancer. And then the energy between you, I pulled two cards because the first card that came out, I just wanted to clarify it. So we have the end, and paradise. And I also too want to point out that on the bottom of this deck, this Roots and Wings Oracle, which is where Storm and Death are from, we have transformation. I think it's important to mention in this case. Okay, you guys. So right away, I am getting that this might be a separation, a breakup. It feels fresh. So I'm sorry that this is happening. But to be honest with you, I think it is for the best. And I think that you both might realize that on some level, even though this feels like painful. So really quick, let's get into person A. So this person definitely seems like really like easygoing, go with the flow. And I feel like all the person A's in every single pile have been like that type of energy, like more flowy. And this person is going through a massive change here, and like a personal revolution, perhaps a level up, because I'm seeing this grand trine here. This person is feeling like the energy in their life may have started flowing again. Things are moving, stability is returning, even though we're still dealing maybe with some, pain from walking away from a relationship with somebody. I think that this person might feel like even though this is painful, it is for the better. And I think that this person is probably a mutable sign. So maybe like Sagittarius, Virgo, and what's the other ones? We have Pisces, Sagittarius, Virgo, Pisces, and Gemini. So maybe they're a mutable sign, or maybe they're just, it's like they can see things from a higher perspective and say, well, it was really great and I can see the good parts here and I can see the bad parts here, but overall big picture, maybe this just wasn't meant to be. Like this person is able to have that kind of higher perspective to clear away the emotional cloudiness that this person might be in right now. And they're able to see like, okay, this is for the better. It's a positive change. It is an ending. This person is still feeling the sting of that ending, right? Because endings are not easy, even for a lot of us who love change, saying goodbye to things, especially if they've been significant to you. And even if you see, the road ahead as being positive, it's still not easy to say goodbye sometimes because you have familiarity and nostalgia there. But this person, I think, has a greater understanding of the situation and knows that the energy is just flowing this way because it has to, and because it was a natural ending for you too. And I think that this person does feel compassion for the other. Like, I think that this might be the ending of maybe something that was romantic, but it's like we could still be friends, and I get that from both sides. It's like you guys aren't going to completely walk out of each other's lives, but you're like this, having a romantic relationship here may not be the best thing for the two of us. But I do see that there is this like compassion and empathy here, obviously, between the two of you. You care very much about each other, but you're like, this is the end, but it's for the best. Okay. So let's take a look at person B. The vulture, I feel like, is maybe having a harder time dealing with this breakup. Obviously we have the Cancer card here, so they could be a Cancer or a water sign, or a cardinal sign. So that would be Cancer, Libra, Aries, or Capricorn. But I'm definitely getting like this person is emotional, protected, like has a shell a little bit, and is just kind of trying to work through their emotions on this. I feel like this person is more like airy and light on their feet in this transition. And this person is just kind of like dealing with like the stormy emotions of it all. Person B, which should be the vulture. But this person, obviously these two people don't hate each other, they care very much about each other, and it's like they're just kind of like, it's like the end of an era, and I'm really sad to see this end. And I feel like this person has an easier time adapting to the change than this person. This person's kind of like still working through things emotionally. But I think that this person also does know that this person needs to move forward. Like they have that mindset about keeping the energy moving. They're just kind of maybe taking a harder hit emotionally here and just trying to sort through things at the moment. This person might I feel like if either two of you like wanted things to like work out or try again, like I feel like the vulture person would like never say no to that. Like this person has like a really deep emotional connection to, I think, almost anything they experience in life, and they almost never want to give up on it. Like they want to keep nurturing and fixing and healing people, themselves, relationships, you know, dynamics, and it's hard for them to give up. And you know, maybe they've gone through a lot in their lives and in their life, and they maybe they didn't have it so easy as a kid, and you know, they are not used to backing down from a challenge. And maybe perhaps this is person B was the person that kind of kept things going a little bit in this relationship, to try to fix and heal things, like leaving no stone unturned, you know, not like just really hesitant to like throw in the towel, because I think this person believes that, you know, on some level everything can be healed to a point, but I think that they can see here that they just don't, maybe it's just not, we can't just push the energy anymore. Like it's just come to a natural end. Like perhaps everything's been exhausted, and now this person is just trying to clean up all that deep emotional investment that they may have put forward into repairing or keeping this relationship going. Person A, I think, is more free flowing about it, and they're like, well, as insensitive as it sounds, and I don't mean for it to be insensitive, but maybe this person is just obviously more adaptable. The mindset is, it is what it is, and there's nothing more that we can do at this time in this relationship. So they're, you know, ready to move forward. I think this person will be ready to move forward soon. They're just kind of working through some deeper emotions and just trying to let go and let go. But these two people do care very much about each other, and I don't think that you guys will exit each other's lives like completely. I think that you'll still like follow up with each other, catch up with each other from time to time, because I do think that you guys do connect emotionally, and I think that you both may have gone through a lot. It's just like a different perspective. Like this energy definitely feels like deeper, more watery, and this to me feels like lighter, more airy, fiery. So you guys could be, you know, this could be air and fire, this could be water signs, but that's just the dynamic I'm getting. So it looks like something came to an end, but you guys care so much about each other, and it's just kind of working through, like, you know, kind of the finishing pieces to let go of the relationship and to move forward separately, maybe still together in some respect, like friendship wise, but to go your separate ways. So with that being said, let's get into the tarot and see what's going on in this relationship. What happened? What's going on? So it's Spirit. Ooh, tell us a little bit more about pile three's relationship here. So we have the Ace of Cups reversed. We have the Tower. Well, okay. Being very literal. We have the Emperor. The Two of Wands. And the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. All right, let's get a clarifier for Ace of Cups reversed. Let's take this out of here, it doesn't belong in there. Clarifier for Ace of Cups reversed. Ten of Pentacles. We have the Lovers for the Tower. Too many? We have too many. For the Emperor, let's get a clarifier for the Emperor. Too we've got the Nine of Wands reversed. And clarifier for the Two of Wands, the Daughter of Wands, which is the page, and then well, I didn't go with bottom of the deck, but this came out, so we have the Sun reversed. So now we have Daughter of Cups down here. So I'll just add that here. Recall to get another card there. Okay, so yeah, we're dealing with a breakup situation for sure. And I don't think it was unexpected though. I think it was maybe a long time coming a little bit. And I think that you guys were in each other's lives for a reason though. Like this may have been like a soul connection to learn some important lessons for growth, because I feel like even though this breakup happened, like you guys still have like a really solid foundation as like two people like that have come together in this lifetime. So like I feel like you guys know a lot about each other. Like you may know each other's families. That might be why this is like really hard and why you guys invested so much in this. You know, maybe you do have a family together with this, so that's maybe why you pressed forward as well. For some of you, you might, you know, have kids together, you might have been married. And, you know, this just looks like it's painful, it's tough, you know, it feels like, I feel like you guys wanted this to work so much. And, you know, it's like you saw this other person as the ideal for so long. And like, that's why you have this, like these deep roots together. But it looks like, you know, it's just, it's time to move on. Like the universe brought us the Tower, right? Because I don't think either one of these people was willing to just walk away. Like maybe something happened to where it was like the final straw for both of you. And I don't think it was like one intentionally trying to hurt the other. It's just like exhausting. Like when I see the Nine of Wands, like I'm exhausted. Like I am not about to fall over and collapse like the Ten of Wands, but it looks like you guys definitely stopped things before getting to that level. Like that's like never, I just heard the song Never Gonna Give You Up, you know, like I can't think of who sings that. It was from the 80s. But it's like this energy of not wanting to give up for so long and then finally release. Like, you know what? Like, let's just, it's like we fought so long and it's like clawing your way, you know, forward. And it's like, why are we doing this? And maybe coming to like a clear and concise conclusion, like maybe like it just became like crystal clear one day, like this like bolt from the blue came in for both of you and you're like, you know what, let's just not anymore. Like this is, we're both like, obviously we've exhausted everything here. And I'm seeing this like release and this choice to walk away. And I think it's like mutual. This person B, the vulture, I think is having a harder time, you know, unpacking everything and moving forward. But they do see the need to do so. Like I think more reluctant to because they want to fix it. Like they're dealing with their own, you know, shadow work of always wanting to fix things, even when the energy is pushing them away from it. Like, you know, like you shouldn't be here anymore. Like stop trying to fix it. Like just release. And I think that that's what person B is doing. But, you know, I'm seeing this like massive like release and this like big fat exhale. Like, okay, like we made a decision. You know, and it's like, okay, we're not, you know, killing each other and we're not hating each other. And, you know, it's like a mutual thing. I feel like this is very mutual, especially here with Paradise. And then, you know, I'm seeing the sun here too. I think that, and it's like very clear and concise. It's like, okay, let's just like cut it. And like, let's just be real and honest. Like, this is not working. It is inefficient. Not to like, you know, make a relationship into like a business connection, but just thinking about it that way, like we've tried this and it's not working. We've tried that and it's not working. And we've tried this other thing and it's not working. And it's like, okay, when are we going to stop wasting energy on something that maybe isn't meant to be forever? This, I think, was meant to be for a time period, right? And you're also too learning from this separation, which is very important. But I think that, you know, you guys just came to a conclusion together and you're like, let's just not anymore. Let's just stop. And it wasn't easy. It's not an easy decision. You guys are very connected and you have deep roots, possibly sharing a family, you know, having children or just like really close with one another's families. And it's painful. I feel like it's painful for the whole family. And I don't like take that and feel guilty about it at all. But it's just, you know, that's, I think, how deep the connection was here. And it still is. It's not like you guys all of a sudden don't know each other. I mean, you know so much about each other. And you care about each other a lot, and you have a lot of love for the other. And I see here too, like, so the Two of Wands with the Daughter of Wands is, I think, like, trying to take a fresh perspective on things and move forward. And I think that perhaps you guys are going to try to remain friends. I think that there's still a lot of passion, like you guys still will, I think, communicate with each other and, you know, follow up on each other and see what's going on in each other's lives. Or perhaps, like, if you do have children, obviously you're not going to never see this person again. But I think that you guys are now actually starting to move forward on your new directions separately, although still kind of remaining connected in a way, just in a different type of energy, in the more of an energy of like friendship and family, and not so much like a romantic love. And you know, it's like, even though you guys are both like kind of sad and deflated about this ending, I still see like excitement for the future, right? Because it's like this release has come in and you're like, ugh. You know, it's like, as hard as that is to say, it sucks, right? But it's like, sometimes there's like this relief that comes with endings, especially when you're so exhausted and nothing is working and you're like, oh my God. And, you know, it's like you have that release and it's like, oh, we can move forward. And I see like some excitement lighting up about like finally making this decision to move forward in a new direction, going in your separate paths. And, you know, the sun is it's like one of the best cards in tarot. And even if it is reversed, it's still good. It's just a little cloudy. So I think that this is just saying, yeah, and two with the Chariot here, with the Two of Wands and also with the Daughter of Wands, I think that you guys are excited for your new journey forward. The energy might start to pick up very soon, I feel. And even though there's still like some sadness about you know, not being able to repair the relationship and, you know, really make it happen forever. It's like there's still, you know, hope to continue some kind of a relationship with this person, whether it be a friendship or a family connection or whatever. But there is this excitement also to move forward, and don't feel bad about it. Don't feel selfish about that if you have that feeling. That's normal. That's good. That means you're healing. And I think that the breakup was probably a long time coming, and I'm really sorry that it happened, because it looks like you both cared very, very, very much about this relationship. This is not an easy breakup, but it is bringing a lot of relief, I think, to both parties, because you guys were just really exhausted in the relationship and didn't really know where to turn to next. And I think the next turn was to end it. So you've made the decision. You know, you're still kind of sad, maybe a bit nostalgic about things, but you're excited for the future. You know, the energy is lighting up a little bit. Movement is starting to happen. You guys will be moving forward onto your new journeys, separate, but also still connected in one way or another. And I think that you guys still will maintain some kind of a friendship, at least some kind of a friendship. You know, there's always that love and it'll never die, and you might always think that this person's just so cute or so sweet, and you know, there's all those good aspects about them. You might have some like nostalgic memories and feelings about this person, you know, obviously. I think that goes for both parties. But you know, it's like, I don't see it going back to a deep level, at least anytime soon. It's going to be surface level friendship, flirting maybe here and there, like just like friendly banter, but nothing like serious. I think you both are like, this is not meant to be a deep, serious relationship at this point in time. Perhaps we've grown apart, and you know, it's just time for that ending to come in. But I feel like you'll always care for this person. Maybe you always think they're like super cute, or like you love their little quirks, and you'll never forget that about them. So again, I'm so sorry you're going through this, but it looks like it's for the best. And I think that you both need to get excited about the road ahead without feeling kind of left behind by the other, you know, wanting to get excited about going down the road ahead. But let's ask Spirit for some advice or some clarification, and what just came out right away: emotions and awareness. Okay. All right. That was before I could even freaking shuffle. So I'm gonna shuffle. A bit, and then we'll pull one more card. All right, Spirit, negativity. Okay, so I think what Spirit is saying here is that obviously there are a lot of emotions that we need to sort through right now, and I think much more for person B in this relationship. There is a lot to work through, and maybe a lot that this person isn't sharing with the world around them, with people that they're comfortable sharing their emotions with, or maybe just sharing them in general with the other person. You know, I feel like somebody was not as open emotionally. Maybe they were hiding behind some kind of a mask in the relationship, just not upfront about how they feel so much, which probably made it difficult for at least person B, the vulture, to maybe relate in, because I feel like person B, it relates in an emotional way, and I feel like person A might relate more intellectually, but just like a heavier weighting in that direction. So I think this is speaking to person B dealing with emotions, and I think also to person A might have not been upfront about their emotions the entire time, and that might just be something that either they're not comfortable with, or they're just kind of just so light and adaptable that they tend to often conceal or wear a mask or like breeze through their emotions. So that might have had something to do with this separation between you two, and like maybe not coming to terms, and finally not seeing eye to eye and just giving in on this relationship, because I think person B deserves somebody with like a deep emotional nature that they can connect in authentically that way and just flow. And I think person A wants that lighter, kind of relationship where that emotional heaviness is not like not such a big part of the relationship. Like I feel like that person likes to keep it lighter and maybe deals with their emotions on their own and doesn't really readily share them with the world. And awareness, I think that you guys are starting to see the differences between one another that are keeping the relationship from progressing, and they may be like irreconcilable. But it's not like, it's like just who you are. It's like your authentic energy, like how you like to run, like your energy. And it's like you guys have, I feel like, connections on so many aspects, which kind of like brought you two together in the first place and bound you very tightly. But there are facets of one another, and I think that you were brought together maybe to learn more about the other's perspective and understand how to relate to it, and understand, that maybe that person's energy or how they flow authentically doesn't truly make you like authentically happy, or maybe it just brings in, maybe it does make you authentically happy, but it brings in more frustration than anything else, just because it just flows in a different way. And I think that you have awareness of that now, and I think that maybe that clarity that's come in has allowed you guys to kind of say, okay, it looks like we'll just never be able to flow together, and that's okay. We are very, although we love each other very much and we like a lot of the same things, we operate very different energy. And I think that you guys have come to that awareness about that. And I think that too, I'm seeing a negativity here. So I think that this might be speaking to person B, because they're dealing with storm and emotional stuff. I think that, and it's making it hard for them to let go, and maybe they're like having a negative outlook on this relationship because, or like on the breakup, because they wanted to fix it so badly. Like, I think Spirit is just calling that out so that it can be let go. So that person B can start healing, like let go of the negativity. I'm seeing the 9 of Wands reversed, like continue to let the energy go. Just let it go. Like take it as, if you have to, it is what it is, and let's move forward. It has nothing to do with your worth or your value, or your ability to fix things and make them work. It just is what it is. And I think that will help release the negativity around it. And I think being in non-attachment also will help here too. So like try to pour your awareness and your energy within at this point in time and start to focus on your path ahead, because I think that that's what we need to do at this point in time. Okay, so let me pull a few more little oracle cards here so that we can take a look to see if there's anything else here that we need to know. Any last words of advice from Spirit? All right, Spirit, Any last words of advice here for pile 3? Horsetail, that showed up in pile 2 as well. It says grit and ancestors. Juniper, the unseen power of mind. And hope, cycles of life. How beautiful. So I think that right now Spirit is advising you to stay strong in moving forward on your path, and to kind of draw strength from family, and maybe if you connect in with like energy of ancestors, call out to your ancestors for assistance in healing at this time, but you need strength right now. So I think that you need to pull your energy away from any negativity or focus on that, and bring it inward. You know, what am I doing to heal, to move forward? Let's get the focus off the other person, get the focus off the relationship, maybe what went wrong. It just is what it is, and we're not moving forward at this point in time. And, you know, to have gratitude for the experiences, note the lessons, and be grateful for that. But you need some strength right now, and I think maybe take some time off to heal as well. And then we have here the unseen power of mind. And I think that this is also speaking to the negativity card too, and awareness. Like, be careful what you think, because thoughts become reality. Thoughts are a big part of manifestation. And we don't want to manifest, you know, any negativity or, you know, any of that, anything that might, you know, cause us to move away from our highest good. So try to be mindful of your thoughts and where your awareness is at this time, because right now you guys have cleared actually a lot of space in each of your lives, and that has opened up space to start manifesting new things. So just be careful about where your mindset is, where your thoughts are going, because you're going to start manifesting because you have cleared space energetically for new things to come in. So just bring some awareness to any negativity that you have, let go of it, release it, and understand that your thoughts become reality. And, you know, be very intentional about what you're thinking, and where your intentions are, and where your where your mind is focused at this time, because you will start to draw in things to fill the space that you have created. So yeah, right now is like the perfect time to start your new path, and it looks like you guys are going on that. And so just be aware of where your head's at right now, because stuff will start flowing in. And then hope and the cycles of life. Again, I think this is bringing our attention to the understanding that this has nothing to do with strengths or weaknesses of either of you. You both are very special human beings, and you both tried in all the ways that you could. I feel like nobody was short here of trying, and it just couldn't come together eventually. And it's good that you're releasing and creating space for happiness and authentic joy here, although it is tough to say goodbye because you guys are very deeply rooted together. But honor that it is like a cycle of life, and have hope for the future. Have hope, because that's going to bring in some excitement too, and don't feel guilty about being excited for your future. You both deserve a very good, healthy, happy, joyful future. And that's going to get your mind away from that negativity too, and help you manifest some really good stuff coming in that empty space that you've created. So, you know, honor that this just happened. It is what it is. And I don't mean to make it sound trite by saying that, but it's like, let's just you know, let's find a way to move forward and not like blame anybody or feel guilty about anything. I think you both tried very hard and it just couldn't come together. And let's just honor that and release. And then, you know, keep our thoughts and our awareness in a positive place as much as possible, and have hope for the future. Move out of the past, move your mindset into the present, and then start to perhaps think about, but don't live in the future, but think about the future. And, you know, maybe create a vision board or write down a list of things that you would like to bring into your life now that you've created some space. And welcome in this new cycle that is coming for you. It has good things coming. So the sooner that you can start to let go of any energy that's remaining from this relationship or this breakup, and any thoughts or desires to want to like fix it right now, the sooner you can move on from that or let go of that, the sooner you will move into a much sunnier new cycle of life and new fresh energy coming in. So pile 3, heavy, but it looks like we're on a good path here. And I wish you all the best. I'm very sorry this has happened. But it looks like this is for the best. Obviously, Spirit is saying that, and you've created space for some new, amazing, beautiful things to come in. So just remember that, and try to let that, you know, allow you to have hope and, you know, feel a little bit more strength in this situation, and just feel better in general. I'm tripping over my words, you guys. I'm sorry. Okay, well, I'm going to leave your reading here, pile 3. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening or day, wherever it is, wherever you are, whatever it is, wherever you are. And also, too, I just wanted to mention I will be doing this full time, so I would love it if if this reading resonated with you, if you would hit the like button, and if you're open to sharing, I would love to have a comment from you. I will try to answer. And if you feel called to it, please hit the subscribe button. I'm moving into doing this full time, starting in a couple weeks from today, which is April 30th of 2022. So I will be moving into this full time. So you'll be seeing a lot more content from me going forward. For now, it'll be once a week, and then it will eventually go into much more often. So I would love it if you subscribed so that you could see more readings as they come through. And then too, if you want to sign up for a private reading or schedule a private reading, all the information is below in the description. So that's it, you guys. Again, enjoy your day, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye-bye.